Fuck Fat and Spicy.
Bam. And just like that, we're back, guys, with another episode of Phat and Spicy. And if you don't know,
it's that time already?
It's that time. It's sometime. I mean, we're a little late, but it is time.
That was my fault. Tonight was my fault.
It's all good, baby. We're trying to get all confused, you know, in this world of chaos that we live in, dude, in these times of darkness. Just all trying to navigate, dude.
I did cut you off. So if you don't know,
now you know. Do they know?
Tell them who you are.
I'm Spicy.
I'm Fat. Wait, that's not right. Wait, what'd you do to me?
I'm Fat.
I'm Spicy.
And this is Kids Grandpa.
So how is that working for you? I know you can't play a lot of certain video games because you get the motion sickness.
It helps. It evens me out.
What is that?
You know what I'm saying? It's just motion sickness. You know, kind of keeps my equilibrium on.
Yeah,
but
or what?
I don't know, dude. I got to try these. What are these goalie gummies? Dude, that keep hearing about? Goalie?
You got to try the bracelet I was telling you about.
I got to try the bracelet you're telling me. Yeah, you said your kids use it. That's crazy. I need to try that. How it works? Who knows? Magic.
Magnets, magic. You know, they're both the same thing, right?
It's like blood diamonds. Who knows? Dude.
No, wait. What do magnets and blood diamonds have to do with each other?
They're all small. I don't tell you. They're worthless.
Well, so we're midgets, but we're not talking about them in the same group.
Whoa. Let's not go ahead and start the.
I just said they're small.
Yeah, but you put it in the same sense. It's worthless.
You said worthless. I said small.
I wasn't talking about midgets.
I was.
Little people, short people. Okay?
That's right. You know, under 4'6" with the hands.
I got a cousin who's a little person.
Do you?
Yeah, he's a double amputee on his legs.
Oh. Okay, dork, dude. I miss you. I miss you a lot. This is good times.
But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to what's really on the tip of my tongue, and what's really on the tip of everybody's tongue. Elon Musk's outrageous president.
Wait, no, he is the president. He is the outrageous president.
You're right. I mean, besides, you know, his vice president, Trump. Dude, what is going on right now, dude? What is going on with this immigration fiasco?
You and I had a good talk.
No other word words I can put into play to talk about this, dude.
I would go as far as to say it's a tragedy.
I mean, this is continuing off of last week's episode. This is part 2. It's just spiraled downhill that we've had to make a second episode to talk about this. I thought it was going to be one of those things. They admitted they were wrong. They said they weren't doing nothing about it. The judge ordered them to do something about it. It was going to get done.
It's funny that in our news cycle that rotates so fast, where every day there's a new breaking news headline, that this has persisted because this is a real issue. This is a real problem. You got a guy who's been deported to El Salvador,
prison,
to get to a prison in El Salvador. I'm sorry, you're right. To get away from the gangs, and he's being put in the same cage with the gangs he was allowed asylum to escape from. And now they won't let him back. You have the I'm the cool dictator of El Salvador coming to meet Trump in the White House, and both of them are like, yeah, nothing we can do. It's not like we can put. He said it. It's not like I can put him on a plane and fly him back. Well, you got on a plane and flew the fuck over here to meet with the president. Why can't you put him on the plane with you?
Get over there. You know what I'm saying? How did he get over there?
And then he goes, well, we're Trump goes, they're their own sovereign nation. We can't tell them what to do. If they don't want to deport him back to us, then they don't have to. And I said, well, if they're their own sovereign nation, then what are we doing deporting them to them? You know what I mean? If they're so autonomous, then why are we sending our prisoners to them if they can't send anything back to us? That doesn't make any sense. I thought you were the deal maker. You want to be a deal maker? You make a deal to get this dude back. Then you show people the art of the deal.
No, the thing is, the deal's already been made. We just don't know what the deal was for him.
All right. You and I were talking the other night, and we actually had a good talk about this because this just won't go away.
That's not going to go away because it represents, and if people don't understand, it represents more than just, an illegal immigrant, got sent over to a prison. It represents more than that. It's more than that because of the simple fact of the nature of his status, which is legal.
Yeah.
He is by court judge order considered to be a legal citizen of the United States.
Oh, a protected citizen.
Yeah, you're right.
That's even better for him. But no, it all goes out the window. And then when the Supreme Court says you have to facilitate him coming back, they say, well, you need to explain what facilitate means. Does that mean that we have to provide him a plane? Does that mean that we have to, all this crap? How about you just need to get him the fuck home? Now, what's crazy? Hold on. I got to ask you real quick. I'm sorry. You brought up something the other night when you and I were talking, and it's been stuck in my goddamn head ever since you said it. What's really going on with this guy, Jacob? Tell me. What do you think's going on? The truth.
I think he's dead. I think the guy's dead, and I hate to say that, especially because I know he has a family waiting for him. But to me, the fiasco, the runaround, you're getting the runaround. You get the runaround whenever they say your motor's at the it's already been delivered, and you go to the car shop and it's not there. They're like, oh, we don't know where it's at. You get the runaround when you call the mailing department and say, hey, I had a package that was supposed to be delivered. They're like, oh, well, we're looking for it. We're getting the runaround because it's not there.
Because it's not there.
The
package isn't at the warehouse anymore.
The package is not at the warehouse. The package is not in the prison. It's not there. That is what that's what
you think the gangs got
led to believe. I don't know if the gangs got to him. I don't know if the guards got to him. And I don't know. Again, I was telling you, there's so many things that are going through my mind, but it's like the biggest one that I can think of is simple. It's you're mass deporting people just like this gentleman here who are innocent into a prison where they're doing God knows what, because there's no paper trail. They made sure of that. Hell, there's not even trials to show that these people that are being deported are even criminals.
Gang members, no proof. Rounded up because of willy-nilly.
Just rounded up people headed to Venezuela. Now, you do that, you put them in a prison. There's nobody there to take accountability. There's nobody to show us what the inside of that prison is like. There's nobody there to say, hey, this is the circumstances we are given. This is the living conditions we are given. There's nobody there to give any insight. And then all of a sudden, boom, the one man that somebody's actually fighting for, who has a right to come back and tell that story. No, he can't do nothing about that.
No, they silenced. They stopped the story right there. They nipped it in the bud.
Why would they want him to come back and tell the story? Why would they want him to come back and talk about the things that he saw, the things that happened to him or to other people? You know, imagine the court case, the fiasco that would happen if he was to come back. Imagine the legalities that the U.S. government would be put under.
Well,
Because
here's
we
another
would
question.
sue.
What happens when the next president decides to release him and he does come back if he's alive and tells his story? Does Donald Trump go to prison for a crime against humanity?
I doubt that. All right, I doubt that. I mean, time and time again, we've seen people with money, with power, you know, get away with far worse. So, like I said, I mean,
what's point, next? Because he said local, it might even be homegrown terrorists that threaten the United States democracy. What happens if he doesn't like what you and I say? Are we the fuck out of here?
I mean, you put homegrown prisons, homegrown terrorists into the same sentence and the same area as category as the one gentleman who said he wanted to pass the bill that what? He was trying to pass the bill about speaking badly on Trump. What was it called?
The what was it? The Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah. If you talk bad about Trump, you have Trump derangement syndrome, and you instantly need to be put into a hospital, institutionalized, and kept there for your own safety and for the safety of America, apparently.
Isn't that crazy, right?
I saw something very interesting today, and I wish I could find the clip, but it's out there somewhere, where this guy said, you know what? Why don't we just name the planet? We don't live on Earth anymore. We live on Trump, because it's all about him. Everything's about him. You guys want to make a fucking 60-foot tall statue looking over the Washington Mall. You want to put him on the fucking on the Mount Rushmore. What the fuck? Is there no decency? Is this just the ultimate cult in America forever? Well, is there any break to this? Is my question, I guess. 5 presidents from now, are they still going to be following the Trump doctrine because that's what people need to believe?
Well, you got to understand it. Everything's going to come down to one thing, and that's going to be to how the bricks are laid. Because right now, Trump is not following on anybody else's path. He is forging his own path. And he is laying brick by brick the path that he is wanting others after him to follow and lead by. So that is the question, and only time will tell. But again, time has told time and time again that, I mean, when was the last time something this, I don't want to say tragic. When was the last time somebody redid the whole system in whole like this, revamped?
Oh, the Civil Rights Movement, 1960s.
The 60s. And since the 60s to the 2020s, nobody has diverted from that path.
60 years. Yeah, nobody's diverted.
So time and time again, it's been proven that people are willing to follow the path that has been laid in front of them. And instead of going out and doing their own thing, they say, hey, we can divert a little bit, but let's not get off track. You know, we don't want to make too much of a mess.
If those path stones were laid correctly in the 60s, we wouldn't be where we are now with all the Trumpism and anti-birtherism and all the crap that's being laid out right now, kicking minorities out of the country because they look different. So it didn't work. So can we just only hope that the paths that's being laid right now is false, so that it makes a shitty road down the future that we can fix to make us better?
Again, at this point, I don't know. Like, I mean, we're already so close to just a manual reset for the whole nation. Just doo.
I mean, what is it going to? So, okay, that brings me to my second question for you. Like I said, I got questions up my ass today because this is amazing stuff. Do you think that it would take
out there, baby, to our brothers out there in Australia?
Oh yeah, nice. Welcome. Do you think that it would take another civil war to correct anything going on in this country, or is that not because I don't see bloodshed being any kind of an option here to restore any kind of order to the U.S. If we go through another civil war, we're just going to destroy the fabric of America and fall apart. So what is the answer then to fix all this bullshit?
I think our
It's not
biggest
being
challenge,
kinder to each other.
I think, and I may be wrong, but I personally feel that our biggest moving forward moments were after war. That's when the nation comes together.
We just got out of Afghanistan. Nothing happened.
That's not a war. It's not a war to the American people if they are not directly affected. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? It's just like Vietnam. Those people, it wasn't a war in America, but people were directly affected.
Again,
it's a major U.S. war.
California fires, for instance, doesn't bother anybody else out here unless it's directly outside my window. Then I start caring about it. Then I'm like, oh shit, it's a real thing. Like, we need to do something. You see what I'm saying?
But they were doing that for Vietnam, right? They were doing that for World War II. There was a lot of protesting everywhere.
But that was happening. Like, that was an invasion. That was like, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Remember 9/11? You know, that
very well
the world. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Until it's something like that where it's tragic and it's boom in your face. Nobody really pays attention to things. Everybody is so busy in their phone and their own little life and so secluded within their own bubble. It doesn't affect them.
Well, we're all very busy.
You know,
to be honest, we all have our own shit going on. But.
Exactly. But I mean, and what does that mean when we can't even pay attention to what's going around us because of the way that everything has been made out to be? We have to spend our life working. We have to spend our time focusing on our work, our job, the little bit of medical help that we can get for our kids. We ain't got time we don't have the time, the resources, the money to focus on anything else.
That's my point. We shouldn't have to focus on the government. We should be represented by our representatives who speak for us truthfully to the higher ups. Majority voice wins, and blah, blah, blah. And the government works while we take care of our little lives and pay our taxes. We can play checkers. They play chess. But right now, they're playing fucking checkers. They don't even know the goddamn game.
Well,
so we have to pay attention. That's the problem.
I don't know what
it's because they're so fucked up that we have to stop doing what we're doing, put all of our life aside, focus on the government to make sure that we're not fucked up. We're not fucked with, we're not screwed with, we're not taken advantage of. They're not shutting down our Social Security. They're not going to close down our retirement programs, our 401ks. They're not tanking the stock market. Tell me that wasn't some massive, and I'm not a conspiracy guy, but when I see stock market drop,
the
most it's ever dropped since COVID, and then you send out a tweet, now's a good time to buy stocks. And then everybody goes and buy, and then he had a meeting in the White House.
Stock, not just any stock.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. But then he has what's his face from the brokerage firms in his office. He must have made 900 million. I know you made $1.25 billion today. Right after that tweet. Tell me that's not insider trading and corruption. You can't tell me when Obama would have ever done that. If he did that shit, if he would have had the owner of Chrysler come over to the White House and set up a bunch of fucking Dodge Chargers and Chryslers and said, these are great cars. I want you all to buy my cars. They're beautiful cars. They're the best cars I've ever seen. America would have flipped his shit and he would have been kicked out of there on his Obama ass. But Trump's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants because nobody's allowed to check him. If you check him as a judge, he tells you can't be a part of the judiciary system anymore. If you check him as a journalist, don't have access to the White House. If you check him as a comedian, not funny, don't like him, piece of shit, and then half the country who voted for this guy just instantly cancels that comedian. It's not fair. It's not proper, and it's not constitutional.
But again, who's allowing it to happen?
Well, not us. Even the Supreme Court told him to get that fucking guy back, and he said no. So what do? Have an insurrection where we throw him out? Then we're just as bad as the people on January 6th.
But this is what I've been saying for the longest time. I said, people, we are lost. We have lost. We have been lost. We have lost this a long time ago. I said, the only thing it's going to take is for something crazy to happen to show you how little power we actually have.
And this is the thing. One president to fuck it all up.
And this is the thing that just to go, because we have been asleep for so long. We have again been focused on our families, been focused on trying to survive, been focused on the increase in food, in rent, but never the increase in wages. It's not supposed to be like that.
You're supposed to focus on your family. That's what humanity, that's what the animal kingdom does. They focusing
on your family is right, but focusing on surviving and giving your family a actual living, a decent living, is not what we should have to do. We shouldn't have to consistently focus on surviving without any kind of relaxation, without any kind of peace of mind. If you want to work yourself to death and you're comfortable with that, then by all means go ahead. But me, I don't think it should be that way. At some point in time, we should be able to make a decent living to where if two of us are, if both the parents in the household are working, there is no reason people should be living paycheck to paycheck.
Well, let's not blame Trump one for that. Let's blame Reagan for that one. That was a trickle-down economic bullshit.
I'm not blaming Trump. Like I said, this is an overall look at the entirety of what we have from where we started to now, to what we're at now. Like I said, we lost this a long time ago. It's just taking something like this to show how far we have deeply fallen.
I don't know, man. I mean, I get what you're saying, but first and foremost, no American is going to say, I'm going to take care of my country before I take care of my family.
No, your country should be able to take care of you since you're taking care of it.
But you said that we shouldn't be able to rely on the government to do that.
No. What I said was we should be able to make a living with wages that are appropriate to be able to take care of ourselves without the feeling of being in constant survival mode.
Okay. I get that. Now I'm as
liberal as you shouldn't have to worry about, if something happens, how am I going to get the money for this? How am I going to pay for my kids' medication? How am I going to afford another car if this one's breakdown? You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have to live with this fear if both parents in the household are already sacrificing by working 2 full-time jobs. You shouldn't have to live with a fear of, oh man, do we have enough put away for something if something happens?
Well, and see, and you're right. I'm not arguing with that. You're 100% right. But I'm taking it back to the government. This is where tariffs fucked us over. The Hawley Smoots Tariff Act, Ronald Reagan. Trickle down economics, voodoo economics, as they said in Ferris Bueller.
But the thing is, and you see what my point is. Shake hands with politicians.
Hold on. My point is, you've had 2 actors in the office, and both of them has put terrible tariff acts. Can we just keep politicians to politicians and actors out of it? Just because you could be in a movie or on a TV show doesn't mean you can run the fucking government.
It's money. It's all about money.
Of course. So then why doesn't fucking the other rich people run? Why does it got to be some blathering asshole?
Because again, not everybody wants to be not everybody wants to be in the limelight. Not everybody has that it's about me, you know.
Look, I don't have a lot to say about a lot to say, right? But we do the show to not only entertain ourselves, but to entertain other people. We're actors, we're entertainers. That's what we do. At no point does anybody really, really care what my political affiliation is, as long as I'm entertaining, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Brad Pitt has no place to be on Donald Trump's cabinet, and he doesn't try to be. So what is it with these megalomaniacs? You just have to have everybody worship them all the time. I've never understood that mentality. You have to worship me. I am the best thing to walk on the earth, and I'm going to lead you the best way I think is possible. They always fuck it up.
It's because they've never been actually, how do you say? They've never actually felt the consequences or repercussions of their actions. There's always been somebody there or something there to soften the blow, or to negate the blow entirely.
Their money. They always fall on a cushion of cash.
I mean, why hasn't Trump did any prison time? What's going on with that?
Yeah. For as many people as he's screwed over, as many companies as he's bankrupted, as many people as he's put out of work, as many times that he's blasted off his mouth, not as a president, but years before.
Many times as many women have accused him of went after him for SA, you know what I'm saying? And they've all been paid off in the court again, but that's them taking the deal. But again, when let's just say you have a lawyer and your lawyer comes and you say, look, I'm not gonna lie. If we fight this, it's gonna be more money. It's gonna be a really long time, but he's willing to offer you $1.8 million. You know, he'll do community service. You know, I'm just telling you this as your lawyer. I'm telling you this. If we go after him, there's a chance we could lose this thing and you get nothing. You know? So
again,
you
okay,
know,
so let's take it back to your point. Do you take care of your family with the 1.8, or do you fight for justice and see what happens and roll the
I mean,
dice in the
some of them,
judicial system?
there's plenty of women that are still actively out there protesting against Diddy, protesting against Trump.
Mhm.
Again, do we hear anything about them in the media? No, they're not gonna cover that. But
Which is
I
a
looked it up.
shame. You
I
gotta,
researched. There are plenty of there are still women that are actively protesting against Epstein
oh yeah.
and that whole fiasco and that whole list that we never even got.
And we'll never get until Trump's out of office because his name's not on the list.
The whole Epstein thing was just crazy. The whole thing, out of all that whole case, I think we got 2 arrests.
No, we only got Epstein.
No, before
his wife too, right?
No, his broker. No, his financial advisor. Somebody right there in that area that was in charge of.
Okay, that one I didn't know about. I know they're looking at his wife too for facilitating trafficking or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah. I was looking it up the other day. I was bored. I was like, I just wanted to know how many people were tied, how many people. Again, some people got paid off. You know, but again, you know, what can you do? He's dead. What are you gonna do? You're gonna process a dead man. You might as well take the cop out.
Yeah, right.
So obviously they're gonna think about it, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. You know what I'm saying? It's a ridiculous amount of money. Somebody offers you $2 mil. You know,
yeah, it's life-changing money.
It's life-changing money again, and I feel bad that people are put in those positions where they take that money or they feel like that's the only way out or to get some kind of resolution. It's a really bad place to be put in, and I hate to think. I don't even like thinking about the words that they use whenever they try to finesse and make these people take these cop deals. You know what I'm saying?
It's super simple. You already said it. We can tie you up in court fees, legal fees, all this shit. We'll drag you through the court and the judicial system for years. And then you're going to lose. Your name's going to look like shit. You're going to be out $2 million worth of lawyer's fees, or you can take the 1.8, walk the fuck away, and go buy yourself a Lexus. Super simple.
Yep.
Did you hear that the Northern California street signs got hacked to sound like Elon Musk?
Oh yeah, and Zuckerberg.
When you push the walk signal, it says, "I'm so fucking alone. I don't know why nobody likes me." It's so beautiful. And also, his voice, it's not him talking.
No, yeah. Zuckerberg's the same thing. He's like, "There's no way to stop AI. You can try to go against it, but you can't stop it," or something like that. I was just like,
I love it, dude. The creativity of people these days.
It's crazy. But going back to the deportation thing, dude, and what gets me now? What gets me now is the amount of comments that I don't see under this guy's post.
What do you mean?
So usually when you get something that upsets people, it's well, he's illegal anyways. He didn't pay his taxes. You know, that's where he needs to go. He needs to go back to where he came from. You know what I'm saying? We're tired of taking care of him anyways. He's a freeloader, blah, blah, blah. You know, all these kinds of comments. He's a criminal, blah, blah, blah. He deserves to be in prison. They should leave him over there. He doesn't need to come back. You know, all these comments. But now where are they? What is there left to say now? What can you say now of why this man deserves or does not deserve to come back?
You have nothing to say. He has to come back. That's all there is to it.
The only thing you can say now is he wasn't born here. He's not white. That's it.
When the government promised him the damn near same thing as political asylum, and you're going to kick him out because he wasn't born on soil because your parents didn't fuck here. Excuse me? No, I'm not putting up with that. I don't know how we can protest this or what we can do, but man, I'm, you know, on this show, sometimes, yeah, I get a little spicy when I'm talking about stuff just to be silly, right? We talk about, you know, I'll do stupid Asian voice or, you know, I'll talk about midgets or whatever. Honestly, dude, this is the wrong shit. I would march on this. Like, if I knew where to go, what to do to make a difference, I would do it. This is and I'll tell you why. Because what happens when it's us next? What happens if my wife just happens to be on a phone call and says something stupid about Trump and somebody picks it up and now she's out of the fucking country? Or you know what I mean? Because that's what it seems like is going to happen next.
But that's the thing, though. That's why this thing right now, this case, this topic in particular is such a big deal that people are not realizing and people are not understanding. This is the boundary. This is the line that you do not cross.
Yeah. Yeah.
People think that, oh, it's bad when, the cops, they rip you out of your car because they don't know their own, you don't know your rights, or they don't know their own limitations and stuff. That's not even the tip of the iceberg. This right here is the line.
Yeah. This is you're right.
This line is crossed and pushed under the rug, because you can't sit there and say, oh, he didn't deserve to be here. He was a criminal. No, he wasn't. He didn't have the right. Yes, he did. He didn't pay his taxes. Oh, yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And he was married to an American woman. He's natural.
Exactly.
He did the thing.
Yeah. Not convicted of a criminal not here or in Venezuela. He left and was processed and was accepted by our government the proper way.
So that's the scary part, right? He got here through due process and was kicked out through undue process.
So what can you sit there and say? All the people that support deportation of illegal, which, don't get me wrong, I'm with all proper documentation, because again, it's getting crowded in this motherfucker.
It's true.
But again, what can you say now? Why does he not deserve to come back? Why did he deserve what happened to him? What can you yourself say sitting there supporting Trump? What can you say to me and say, this is why this man deserved it? Or this is the reason he shouldn't be allowed to come back?
That's something I want. I want a Trump supporter to come on and face us face to face and just say, this is.
I don't want to argue. I just want to.
No, I just want to hear the answer. Yeah. I want to hear the answer. Here's A, here's B, here's C of why. And that's my point. Cool. We heard your point. Nice. Now we get it.
Because every time I see the comments and every time I go through these particular articles just like this, where ICE takes a family and stuff like that, they take the children, they separate the children from the family, and now they can't find each other. They shouldn't have been here. They were illegal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they didn't pay their taxes, blah, 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 which we already went over. Everybody pays taxes.
What about the poor college girl that gets arrested walking home from class?
Again, she's getting deported.
For what? For coming here to learn?
The other gentleman is the other student is getting deported. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's out. He's done.
Yeah. But he got arrested, I think, for like it was like a misdemeanor or something.
He had led a Palestinian protest on his college.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what he did.
Right. He was doing some anti-Palestinian protesting, or the other way around.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it, so Trump said, "Get him out. Don't like him. Fuck you." Just sick of all of it, because like I said, and it's not that I'm sick of it. It's not that I want to worry about it. But I worry about what happens to the people like you and me who speak out about this stuff socially on media. I mean, we're on every fucking platform there is. What happens to us if he doesn't like it? If he happens to catch wind of the Phat and Spicy Show one day, please. It's those echelons.
Two nobodies. I looked into them. Don't have opinion name, and they'll be out of here soon enough.
Yeah. One of them looks like a greasy Italian. The other one looks like a Hispanic. We don't want them. We love the Hispanics, don't we? But we don't want Phat and Spicy. It's like, it's coming, man. We're gonna piss up the wrong tree and get in trouble.
But yeah, like I said,
because of this. But you're right. This is I'm gonna agree with you. This is the line in the sand that we need to watch out for. This is where America gets into trouble, and this is where people can take their cues from Donald Trump and expand on these things and make them even worse.
If you, America, allow this to happen, and you allow it to go unacknowledged, it's down here from here, baby.
That's it.
It's down here. Like, this is done. We are chef kissed.
Please don't say chef kiss. I hate that term.
Yeah, honey roasted, whatever you want to call it.
There you go. I like honey roast.
Fucking honey
Yeah,
roasted.
it's not good.
Because this is literally the same as deporting a white American.
Yeah. You might as well come into my home and take me out of here because you don't like I don't like spicy sunglasses.
He looks like a gang
Come
member.
out.
Simple as
Like
that.
a gang member. He looks like Italian mafia. Hey, how you doing?
Get him out of here.
Kick him out.
Shit. He was
No,
wearing
he
the
wouldn't kick me
Chicago
out for being in
Bulls
the
hat.
mafia. He wouldn't kick me out for being in the mafia. He loves the mob guys.
Yeah. You're right. He was the wrong. He's the wrong. He's not Italian. He's Sicilian. Get him out of
I'm not Sicilian. Napoli then.
here. But no. But like I told you, dude, we talked about it. If anything is to happen, my slim chances of him making it out of there or making it back to us are very slim. I told you there's two outcomes that I envision myself, and I hope to God I'm wrong. Again, these are just my own views, my personal views. Hit the thing, say it.
The views expressed on Fat and Spicy are not the views of PNS Studios. Although we are the owners of PNS Studios, so I don't know, but you heard the disclaimer.
We keep it separate. This is a whole different show.
We do keep it separate. There's a whole different.
But like I said, my two things are this. He's either going to make his way back and something's going to happen to him.
Like you said, a plane crash.
Hey, or something happened to him.
Yeah.
But what happened to him isn't what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, the gangs he was running from unfortunately got up to him. Yeah. They got to him before we could get to him. We're sorry to the family. We're going to make sure they're okay. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I think. It's just me. I hope to God I'm wrong because this man has a family. He has children that are waiting for this man to come home. And it's a very devastating thing that's happening to this gentleman.
I'm going to tell you.
I won't even say to this gentleman, to this American citizen.
What Trump doesn't realize that he did was he just made an ordinary man into an American hero. You know what I mean? I don't want to say martyr. The man's not dead, but into an American icon. Everybody knows this man's name. Everybody in the world knows this man's story. If you just would have brought him back, it would have all been over with. Just like the whole Signal Gate thing. If you would have said, "Hey, we fucked up. I shouldn't have sent this thing on the text, man." It was a bad move. It would have been over. But no, he did it. No, I got them. I don't know who fucking numbers get swapped on the phones all the time. What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
Why you guys sound like an asshole? Just
then it's all of a sudden the Atlanta newspaper that they're known for throwing out, crazy things. They're just making up stuff. Like what are you talking about?
Do you remember when we were RPing in 5M with Josh and his crew over there at AAC?
Yeah.
I was in an RP scene and I spoke out of turn. And later on, Josh came to me and he was like, "Hey, man, heard what you said. Can't be saying that." Did I get defensive? Oh, well, no. You know what I said? You know what, dude? You're right. I shouldn't have done that. Not going to happen again. We're good. And he said, thank you. And it was never brought up again. We're still friends. You know what I mean? If you own it and you acknowledge you fucked up, you move on. The American people are going to fucking forgive you in a minute.
But that's the thing. When you own up to something, that takes balls. When you own up to something, it takes courage. When you own up to something, it shows a different side of a man that people want to see in a leader. Because nobody out there thinks that anybody in this world is perfect, unless they're Beyonce and Taylor Swift fans. It's different.
Well, but, no, the only thing perfect about Beyonce is that tiny. That booty got me going so crazy right now.
Anyways, like I said,
please don't clip that.
Everybody here is prone, and everybody knows that people are prone to mistakes. And it's those people who own up to those mistakes that are more likable. You know what I'm saying?
More trustworthy.
More trustworthy, exactly. So why can he do it? I don't know. Why has he got to lie? Because I think Trump just has that mentality where he just thinks he's perfect.
It's just in his DNA, right? Like some people are just built to just lie about anything.
I think he was just raised that way. That he was raised in with the gold spoon in his mouth. That he was that when Simba came up and he said everything the light touches is yours.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I want to go over there too.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't satisfied, but that's I just feel like that's the raising that he had, and that's the raising that he has for his children. You know, don't let everybody tell you, don't let nobody tell you you're wrong, they're wrong, and if they're right about it, they're even more wrong.
Yeah.
Even if they're right, tell them they're wrong in their face.
Donald Trump was born in the 40s, right?
Yeah.
You're not born to a billionaire father in the 40s unless he did some nefarious shit growing up too, because that's how you made your money back then. You had to be an asshole. The Rockefellers, all these people, the JP Morgans of the world, all criminals, dude. Every one of them. They just do it a different way. They do it with money.
You know, because they play a different game than what we play.
They play a different. You know, we're comparing chess and checkers. These guys are playing fucking Payday. You know what I mean?
And they're playing Monopoly with countries, and we're playing
with country. They're playing Risk for real.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. We're down here playing marbles in the dirt.
Hey man, I don't want to get too heavy because I know we like the politics here, but also, have you been playing anything cool?
You know what? I just downloaded Farming Simulator, guys. If you want to see me play Farming Simulator, I've been cutting grass all day, guys. Me and my brother have been playing. So the story goes is we started Farming Simulator. We got out of prison. We borrowed some money to get back on our feet, trying to do things legit. Loan shark, some shady guy, offered us $100,000, and we got to the end of the day to give him back. So far, we have $8,000 in our pocket, and we're still $100,000 in debt. We're cutting grass right now and trying to figure out how to make money, how to turn green to green. You know,
okay.
So if you want to see that, y'all head on over there.
Go check out his stream. It actually, he does it right. Yeah, put the plug up on the bottom of the screen. Is what you got to do.
Like Forest game.
So my wife and I found a new game that we're playing. We're also cutting grass, trying to make money, but it's marijuana. Yeah. We're playing Schedule 1. It's kind of cute. Get to make money, or get to make you could grow and sell weed and drugs and shit like that. It's one of those games. It's kind of like you know, you have to start small and build yourself up. And my wife really likes those kind of games. I like the game because you get to have fun making different kinds of drugs. You know me, I'm a pothead from way back. But is there anything you're looking forward to coming out, like aside from GTA 6? So whenever somebody says it's somebody, are you looking forward to something coming out soon? If you say GTA 6, you're out of here.
No, there's actually a new game that I saw. It's called Paradise.
What's that?
I'll show you. I'll actually play this.
You got a clip?
Yeah, I'll put it up right now, dude.
Yeah, throw us up a clip. Paradise.
So I saw it today. And if you don't know me, I'm a sucker for anything that's open world. You know, I'm a sucker for The Sims. I want to play the new game at Inzio, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But I saw some of the gameplay and I'm not convinced yet.
But was it gameplay footage or was it engine footage for
the gameplay
commercial?
Footage?
Was it good?
Not for me. I mean, it's. I'll tell you what. Exactly what the guy was saying. There's not many people that are competing with Sims, but so it's like very few things that you can compare it to. You know what I'm saying? There's not many companies out there, games that compete with The Sims. So when you have something like Inzio that comes out, it's giving you a different taste of the same. Like I said, you know, picture you eating the same pizza place and nobody ever opens up and they got burgers, hot dogs. Everybody's opening up, you know, sushi places, but nobody ever opens up another pizza place. And finally, another pizza place comes out. You know, like finally, you know, and it doesn't have to be great.
Yeah.
It's just something different.
Yeah.
Sounds
like my rebound girlfriends. They didn't have to be great, just a little something different.
Yeah. Check this out. Right.
Yeah, show me. What are you doing? There it is. It's an Epic Games game. Let's see.
Welcome to the city of limitless possibilities, where your dreams become reality. Welcome to the paradise. The most realistic world simulation powered by AI.
Hey, are you a real person or an NPC?
I don't have time for your nonsense. Move along.
That was great.
Not sure if we've met. I'm Thomas. I work over at the shop down the street.
Play and talk with avatars of real influencers powered by AI.
How do we get in on this? Come talk to Phat and Spicy.
Go to Steam and
No.
Jump
He said talk with real influencers who have like their NPCs in the game. They need to make a Phat and Spicy.
dirty
How's it going?
warehouse.
Hi, Alex. I'm
This is
Eva.
the dirty warehouse
Welcome
talking
to the
bad about
Paradise
midgets.
Game. I'm super excited to hear all about your day.
Get ready for missions, shootouts, jobs, and daily in-game activities.
So it's
Earn
5
money
hours.
and crypto to build your empire. Live the life. Buy real estate, businesses, cars, stylish clothes, and more.
Stylish clothes.
See you in paradise.
So I did see a little bit about this. I didn't see the gameplay, and I think this is a hard pass for me.
You know, I mean, I like games like this. Anything that allows me to go in and just rule the city, dude, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can take the city by storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish it was more like I wish somebody would make a really good mafia game. You know, where I could, you start off small and you're just like you're buying. It's not just shooting and killing your way to the top.
Yeah.
You know? You're buying real. You're
do
making
jobs.
plans. You're buying real estate. You're selling it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing these other.
Yeah.
You're wanting to own the city.
So there is a game. It's called Omerta, but it's an old school top-down strategy kind of game.
Yeah,
where you do that. You start small. You play that. Yeah, you start small. You gotta, maybe you build a casino and you kind of run out of that, and you make your money there, and then you go build other shit, and you go take care of other rivals. You can make, build a warehouse and just sell regular shit out of there. Whatever. It's kind of like that. I've been looking for something like that too, where it's not just all the mafia games, like you said.
This is it. This is what picture this. So you get, let's say New York. Let's call the game Mafia Fight for New York.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we can't call it Mafia. There's already a Mafia sim. But
Well, you're right. Okay.
Let's call it Fight for New York.
Yeah.
Ooh, the mob.
The
I like
mob,
that.
Fight for New York.
Okay.
Or, just call it Fight for New York. Whatever you want to call it. Anyways. So you start off right. And as you progress, you switch, kind of like GTA where you switch into different people. So let's say you start off and you're a mobster. Then you switch over to a gangster. Now you switch over to a corrupt politician. Like it's kind of like the same thing like GTA, giving you up, and you can decide what you want to do. Let's say you go against the gangs, you got to fight other gangs, you still got to go against the mob, you still got to go against the politicians, but you get to choose which character you want to live out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're not
a dirty cop in your pocket you want to pay off to help.
Yeah, you can pay off, you can bribe cops, you can hire muscle, you can hire you can recruit other gang members. It depends on whatever style you want to play that you get to do that. That's why. So if you want to just follow the gangster route, you can go the gangster route, or you can go and replay as a mobster or the politician route. You know what I'm saying? And start making these crooked deals and stuff.
Some people don't realize a lot of the gangsters out there, non-violent. Most of them just own businesses and make money for the family. You don't have to kill somebody to be a gangster. You know what I mean?
No, you just gotta pass it up.
You just got to move it on up to
at some point, you gotta put in work if it's ass.
Well, yes, but
it's not like
guys
you're work 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
There were guys like Michael Francesi who never had to put in work.
Yeah,
he owned a $1 billion gasoline scam. He was the best earner. Yeah. At some point, they were afraid he was going to break away and start his own family, and he'd done like maybe one or two violent things in his life because he had to as a teen. Yeah. But most of these guys are fucking businessmen. Where's the business end of the fucking mafia games?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Buy up a liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Like, start producing.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm waiting for something like that. Just something. I mean, because I love the mafia games. Don't get me wrong, I love them. Mafia 1, 2, 3 trilogy. I like them. You know what I'm saying? Like definitive. I played them all. I loved them all.
Oh, there's a new one coming out. They're making a new one.
Really?
Mafia, the Mafia brand is making a new game. It's called Mafia: The Old World. You play in like 1920s Italy.
I mean, I like the old. Don't get me wrong.
I am so down for that.
I love the old. I love the old mob, but I want something new.
I get it.
I want the
dude,
Godfather.
I'm just
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? Like, at least give
But
me
this
that
is
era.
it. This is. Oh, I know what you mean. You want the 50s.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, the golden era.
Yeah.
But come on, when you're watching The Godfather, like especially in Godfather 2,
Yeah.
when Vito goes back to Italy, you know, the old country, you're playing the game here,
I
dude.
know.
You're fucking doing that shit. You're taking over the Gestapo and all that, you know?
Yeah.
Helping, you know, absorb the plight of the people of the Mezzogiorno.
I get it.
It's gonna
I
be
get it.
beautiful.
I get it, dude. But man, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
All right,
ready. I'm ready for
so-
that. I'm ready for some good night's sleep.
Before we need to talk about this. I'm
Oh.
glad you said that. Before we go, have you ever felt the presence of something in your room while you're falling asleep? Have you ever been like in that spot where you're half awake, half asleep, and you could swear to God there's something in the corner standing over you or standing next to you, but you just are too terrified to open your eyes?
Yeah.
Tell me your experience.
So, when I was a kid, I want to say kid, I was a teen. We used to live in this house, the same house that I've always talked about. You know, when I was staying with my aunt and uncle. You know what I'm saying? So my aunt said there was always a presence of a lady that lived there. You know, and I remember I was sleeping, and I remember falling asleep under my blankets and feeling myself get covered up. You know, just
Covered
crazy.
up.
Yeah.
With
And-
blankets or with
No, with a blanket,
just
like
pressure?
my blankets.
Like somebody tucked you in.
Yeah, like somebody tucked me in. I remember saying that. I remember feeling that. I remember my uncle, who was sleeping in his room. He woke up. He was like, man, he's like, dude, I was sleeping, and he's like, I felt the bed go down. Like somebody was sitting next to me.
Right, like, oh shit.
Yeah, and
In the same
yeah,
house.
in the same house. We used to hear footsteps in the hallway. There was a time where I told you, I don't know if I told you, but probably did. I was taking a shower, and I don't know, like I said, from what my aunt said, she said it was a lady, you know, and I don't know if this lady got jealous or what, but I had a girl over at the time, you know, and she had got out the shower. And I was sitting there laying on the bed, waiting for her to come out the shower. So I'm just sitting there, you know, the lights on. So I'm sitting there and facing this way. This is the wall. This is the bed. The door's over here, like over here, you know. And it's got a door on it. It's got little beads on it. You know what I'm saying? This is back in the day.
Oh, like the bead curtain?
Yeah, a little bead curtain. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, real Mexican stuff.
Only if it had the Maria on it. Santa
Yeah.
Maria.
I don't know what to go with it. But all of a sudden, dude, I get this feeling of something just locking it up. Like I feel fear. Like it's a presence. It felt like a presence of something that was very.
You're in the shower at this time? Like
No,
washing?
she's in the shower.
Oh, she's in
I'm
the
in
shower.
the bed.
Where are you?
Waiting for her,
Okay.
just for her to come
Okay.
out. You know, and in that moment, I felt this presence, dude, and it was a very powerful presence, so powerful that I could not talk. I could not move. I was literally just standing there looking, trying to talk, trying to call her to get out of the bathroom to shower. Because the shadow was literally started at the door and it just started growing on the wall. Like it was just like spreading. And I could see the darkness just start spreading around the doorway as it started getting like enveloping the room. And in my mind, I'm sitting there, say something, say something, say something. And
Yeah,
I cannot say something. I cannot talk. I don't know if I'm just too scared. In my mind's just kind of in like a fight or flight risk mode. It's just like, you know, but I cannot make a sentence. And in my mind, I start praying. I start telling her to come out. I said, please come out, please come out, please come out. I said, please come out of the shower. You know, I'm trying to communicate telepathically.
Yeah.
And the door, I finally hear the door from the bathroom open. She walks through and I go, and I was like, what the fuck?
And you don't think it was a point where you were like just starting to fall asleep and maybe you're
No, I was wide awake. I was staring at, I was wide awake. I know because I was wide because I was hoping I was going to get some.
He almost did by a creepy.
Yeah, right. You want something I give you, but yeah, dude. Like I said, creepy stuff, man. Creepy stuff. Same
The
thing at
reason I
night.
asked, oh, what,
Yes,
you got another one?
same thing in the night, same house. You know what I'm saying? Outside, dude. It's like I felt like a presence, dude. A rushing presence. Like something was running at me. Like if you could, you never seen them chase videos in the movies where they like do the camera and stuff like they're doing like a wolf's ass a point of view or like an animal's point of view,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
through the, I
Yeah,
felt that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, dude, I gotta go inside. I was outside smoking a black and mild with my aunt's son. And I said, we gotta go inside, bro. He's like, what's up? I said, we gotta go inside. I was like, because as a kid, dude, I used to dream a lot. I used to feel a lot of things. I used to do a lot of creepy things.
You used to do a lot of creepy things?
my
What
brother,
do you do creepy?
my older brother said I was so many times close to knocking you the fuck out because I used to sit up in my sleep and I would just open my eyes and just stare. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that.
he would tell me, he's like, your eyes are fucking black, man. I was like, I don't fucking know, but I would have these horrible dreams as kids, dude. As a kid, dude, I used to have these horrible demonic dreams, like straight up.
Demonic?
You know demonic, like things
Monsters
crawling at
and
me.
shit.
You know, no, not monsters. Monsters, I think of like Scooby Doo. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like the blob. You know what I'm saying? The Sandman, the Swamp Thing. Those are monsters.
I get you. All right.
You know,
like these are
things
like
that were
minions of hell.
yeah, like some freaky shit. You know what I'm saying? And I used to wake up, dude, with marks on my body. I used to wake up fucking bleeding.
What?
It was crazy, dude. It's fucking like
Were
I
you
said.
doing it to you?
No, I wasn't doing it myself. I can't claw my back.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know that. But my brothers would all. But I'm pretty sure they would tell me if I was doing something crazy like that. My family was very religious growing up. Very religious. You know what I'm saying? Like super
Did you have
religious.
like the Santo Niño de Atocha sitting on
No,
the
we were
mantelpiece
Christian Baptist, dude. Not Catholic.
Oh, okay.
You
didn't have the novena candles.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, but my household was very far from holy. You know what I'm saying? It was at times it was a very negative household. You know, and I've always told you, you know what I'm saying, negativity breeds very bad things. You know, especially when people aren't happy, especially when people are just at each other's throats and constantly just thinking the worst things about each other. Yo, what up, Keisha? What's going on? Shout out to Keisha, y'all. She was a guest on the Three Wise Men podcast.
Yeah,
Guys,
she was. By the way, I don't want to interrupt. Well, I know.
No, go ahead.
As just an onlooker to that show, real quick, I'm glad they continued that from the last episode to the new episode. That was a really good episode. Like it needed continuation. I'm glad they had her on there to give some perspective. That was a really good show.
Guys, if you want to, if you want to go check it out, definitely y'all go check out PNS Studios, guys, on YouTube. All right, you can check out any of our amazing content at the PNS Studio, guys. Three Wise Men. If you want to hear about why men cheat, do men cheat, and a lot of the struggles that I want to say Black Americans go through, because
it was a good show. I learn a lot from that stuff, you know, just being a white guy who doesn't understand everything. You know, I want to learn. It's good stuff. So real quick, the reason I asked you about that in your household, the other night, I'm in bed and it was about, I don't know, midnight maybe. And I woke up, got up to go to the bathroom. I looked at my phone for a little bit after I went back to bed, and then I laid down.
You know, it's time. What time was it?
It was about midnight or so. And as I'm laying there, you know, you just know when there's somebody next to you. You just know when there's somebody in the room. And I had this really strong feeling of somebody being in the corner of my room. And it wasn't body paralysis because I was able to pull sometimes when you see shit like that, when you sleep, you get the body paralysis and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to reach up and actually pull the covers up around my neck a little bit. I didn't want to open my eyes, but when I looked, dude, I swear to you, and you know I don't believe it. Aliens, I wish there were. I want them to be there. But I don't believe in it. UFOs, not really. Bigfoot, maybe. But ghosts and goblins and demons, it's not for me. I swore to God there was a dude standing there 6 foot fucking tall with a hat. A black fucking hat. The minute that I just, and dude, I'm telling you, I was like, there's one little eye trying to open up to see. And that was the image that I got. And then I fell asleep. Now, was that middle ground between sleep and awake that they talk about, or was there something in my room, Jacob?
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
There is an actual thing. I'll tell you this. There's an
About feeling the people in the room. I know that.
No. There's an actual account of many people who see that man. They call him the Hat Man.
No.
If you go on TikTok tonight after we end this show and you type in the Hat Man or the black man, the black hat man or black man in a hat, you will see an account of so many people who see this same guy.
You're fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
Show me one. Show me a video right now. Show me anything that you can find about this, because I need to see this now. I can't be fucked with. This isn't funny. What is it?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
But what is it? If people are seeing it, what is it? What's the man with the hat? Dude, I swear to you, dude, this guy had a...
I'm gonna just pull up. Let's just Google. Let's just Google, okay? I'm not pulling up anything crazy. Just Google.
Is a specific type of shadow person that is often described as a shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat. See, just like that, except it was kind of fuzzy. It wasn't sharp, detailed like that picture. Shadow people are dark, humanoid figures that some people claim to see during sleep paralysis, but I wasn't paralyzed. I told you that.
Yep.
And the Hat Man is more recognizable variant of this phenomenon. Why? But why is there a hat? What is it about? Known as the Hat Man, the tall, dark, featureless entity has been seen in people's bedrooms across the fucking globe, watching over them from a doorway, cupboard, or corner. He was in a corner as they drift between sleeping. I told you, as soon as I saw him, I fell asleep. Is that the Sandman? Did I see the Sandman for real? What is this, dude?
Like I said, you got
my look at me. I got goosey bumps here. My hair's standing on end. I don't like this. Dude, I don't like this at all.
I've never seen the Hat Man. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him. You know what I'm saying? This is that the red eyes that you saw.
I didn't see red eyes. There was no red eyes.
No, I'm talking about back green eyes. Green eyes or red eyes?
Oh, the thing with the green eyes. That's just my own imagination.
Yeah, but this wasn't.
That's just me. I've got this thing that if I look at, if the viewers are new to the show, I've got this thing where, like, if I'm going to bed and I'm closing all the blinds, I can't look out the blinds as I'm closing them, because whatever it is, it's the thing with green eyes that will be looking at me through the window. So I have to look away while I close them. I don't know. I'm a 48-year-old pussy. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, like I said, this is a phenomenon. It's crazy that you said that the hat. That's what, like, I was like, what?
I don't like this. I didn't even think to look it up. I just thought it was something that happened, but it was very vivid that there was a hat. I thought I'd ask you about this kind of stuff. And now you're freaking me I don't want to go to sleep tonight, dude.
I'll tell you what it is, dude. I'll tell you what I think it is. It's
yes, please. And I'll tell you what I think it is.
I think when things like that happen, it's because of negative environment. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be an abusive one. It doesn't have to be a one of anger and dread. It could be anxiety. It could be the fear of something happening. It's just
we're a little stressed, but we're okay. We're a happy family. We're fucking Ozzy and Harriet over here.
Mm-hmm.
3 healthy kids, and life is good. Got
or,
my car back, by the way.
Or it could be somebody that doesn't like you, somebody that wants it out for you.
It didn't hurt me.
No, it's not.
If it wanted to be out for me, wouldn't it try to influence, like, attack or something?
The best kind of attack is a mental attack.
Is that why I've been nuts all day?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Like I said, just look into it, dude. Look into it, and you're
creeping my shit out, though. Man,
I'm not trying to creep you out. I'm just showing you that is a phenomenon. I will say that it's very popular around the world, and it's crazy.
You blew my mind tonight, dude. You want to make Spicy cry? You just about did.
We're not trying to make you cry, guys, but we are trying to make you laugh and trying to make you smile, guys. So if you haven't yet, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe, guys. And as always, at the top right hand of our little show, right there, you see it. You too can donate to our show, guys, if you want to help support new headphones, new mics, stuff like that, lighting. We always put back into the show.
So I don't see the man in the hat.
Yeah, get him a sleeping mask. We need a sleeping mask for Spicy. Just put it over, guys. But anything helps, guys. As always, even if you just go on and comment on our show, like, share, and subscribe it, that means the world to us. We love interacting with you guys. We love commenting back. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Twitch.
We're on Twitch.
Yeah.
We're on
We're
everything
everywhere.
but the Forbes list.
Let's see.
Not yet. But, exciting news, guys. Phat and Spicy might be coming up with a new change, guys, a new gimmick. We may be going radio soon. So keep into that, guys.
My old
We
stomping
might-
grounds.
Yeah, we might be
That's where I got my stuff.
letting you guys hear our sultry voices as well as some amazing hits, classic rock hits from the old days, you know.
You kidding me? It's going to be Spicy Sunday Blues and Jazz. And I'm your host, Spicy. And now something for a Glue Sunday. No, we're not doing that shit.
But dude, it'd be amazing, dude. Just imagine us doing
Yeah.
a show, dude, and then just having
Dude,
music.
back-
I'd love to hear some Journey, dude. Like, you know.
So are we going to be, we got to talk about it later, but I want to know if we're going to be able to play music and then talk a little